This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hi, everybody. It's Cheryl Kay. I'm back, and I am so glad to be here. I know you haven't heard me in a while. I had some really crazy emergency surgeries on my eye. I had 2 detached retinas, believe it or not. I had one on my left eye out of the blue, and everything was going great with that. And then about 10 weeks later, I had an emergency surgery on my right eye, which is, as the doctor says, not unusual, but uncommon. So 2 detached retinas, very simple operation, no pain, very long recovery. I'm really only seeing out of one eye, but I don't need my vision to speak. So I am so glad to be with you and so glad to be back. And I wanted to talk to you about what I discovered after I came back from the hospital, in and out one day with my Maine Coon. You go in, you come out, you get a bandage on your eye. The next day in the morning, you go back to the doctor, the bandage goes out, drops and all of that. But when I came home that night with the bandage, my cats definitely realized something was up. Number one, I probably smelt like the hospital, just like when they go to the vet, or one of them goes to the vet. Or if you have a vet for a friend and they happen to come over socially, your animals know it because they smell like the vet. And it was very, very strange. They were very, very comforting. They realized that there was something different about me. And there was, of course, you had to be very careful walking. And, after a couple of days, you start to cover your eye just because it just becomes you're afraid you'll bump into something. My house is kind of open, but we all have hallways and they could be a little dangerous. He just started to go against the wall and I was on the other side. It just happened. And anytime I sat down or I lay down, he just was all about comforting me. Different than he is when he wants to be rubbed or scratched or played with. This was definitely all about me. And it's just something that I was thinking about because there are dogs that are definitely comfort dogs for different ailments that people have, whether it's anxiety or for our veterans or children that have seizures and the dog kind of senses something and reacts to it. I mean, I've seen a dog where their child owner or the child of their owner, and they're the comfort dog for this child, passes out. And when the child passes out, the dog puts himself on her chest and continually licks and licks and licks until she comes out of it. It's amazing. But when you really think about it, our animals comfort us on a daily basis without being trained, just for love. When you come home, they get excited, they jump up and down, they bark, they want to see you. And that makes us feel good because they love us unconditionally. Or if you go to a friend's house and they have a dog that happens to know you and they bark and carry on when they see you, it makes you feel good. I had a friend who, every time I went to her house, she had a boxer. Every time I went to her house, the dog got so excited that he peed. It was like I could get in the house, and as soon as I got in the house and he started to get excited, they ushered him out to pee. I guess it's a compliment. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsor.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Tired of wasting money on giant bags, boxes, and jugs of litter that don't last? Switch to World's Best Cat Litter, the only litter that lets you use less and get more. World's Best Cat Litter uses the concentrated power of corn to deliver outstanding odor control and easy cleanup. It's lightweight, 99% dust-free, and pet, people, and planet friendly. It's even flushable. Make the switch to World's Best Cat Litter and save $2. Visit www.saveonworldsbest.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
I'm back. And as I was saying, we were talking about how our animals comfort us, whether it's a dog, it's a cat, it's a horse, goats, cows, and parrots. I understand parrots are very, very big with veterans right now, and they bring a lot of comfort. And when you really think about it, having a parrot, which is a long-term commitment because they live a very long time, they talk to you or they could repeat. I mean, I have a friend who she had a parrot, and the parrot would call her son to dinner. I had another friend who had a parrot, and the parrot would tell her how pretty she looked every day and how much he loved her. It's just amazing. And that's why the fact that we have domesticated dogs and cats, and of course, other animals like horses and birds, I think is very important, for us as a species, that it's just not us. I mean, at first with dogs, and there's wolf in all dogs, at first with dogs, we use them to maybe protect us, to protect our maybe livestock, if we had sheep or chickens or goats or whatever, from maybe other wolves. And then eventually we realized that, they really are better as our friends. We don't own farms today. We live in, private homes or apartments or houses, and they become our companions, and we are their companions. They wait all day for us to come home. So once we come home and they get all excited and running around and barking, and, after you walk them and everything is like done for the night and you're going to go in, you're going to cuddle up. How many of us couldn't wait to get home and watch TV with our dog or our cat? It's almost like eating comfort food. So I think the fact that they comfort us and we comfort them just makes it, I think that's why the relationship is just such a good relationship, because dogs and cats, they love us unconditionally, more than they love themselves. They would do anything for us. They wag that tail. Even if, you scolded them, they're still happy. They still love you. They hold no grudge. That's the beautiful thing about a dog. Cats, I don't really think my cats hold a grudge. Nobody's perfect, but they certainly, are a little easier in some ways. Although, since I've been home and recovering, my one cat, Cheyenne, I must get up at the crack of dawn. That's it. As soon as, the sun is beginning to rise, I must get up. And if I don't get up, she'll just drive me nuts till I just have no choice. But getting up now with recovery is like, you got to wake your eye up. My eye doesn't just open up and everything. It's just still have to get myself ready. And I love getting up early in the morning. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a late sleeper. But I'd rather wake up on my own than to be nuzzled to death. I mean, roughly nuzzled to death. And with my eye, I really have to be careful because Cheyenne likes to pat my cheek to wake me up, and that just makes me nervous. The first week after my surgery on both eyes, they gave me like a plastic cup that I taped over my eye. I guess they were worried if I would hurt myself in my sleep. And I thought I didn't like the tape because it just didn't feel comfortable. So I took a shoelace and I made it like a Moshe Dayan, patch over my eye. And that didn't work because I was worried that it would scratch my other eye. So I went back to the see-through. It's kind of like a plastic cup, but see, it's a see-through plastic cup. And because I didn't see so well, I threw it out. So I don't need it anymore anyway. But I'm just feeling good. And I'm really glad to be back on the radio because I've been thinking about a lot of different shows to do. And this is a little easier because I really can't, well, not that I ever really read from a script, but, you have certain notes. But I figured I just wanted to touch base with you all, let you know I'm still there. And, of course, you could always, if you are on Facebook, it's Unleashed Radio Show with Cheryl Kay. I always post pictures of all animals doing fun things, nice things, and, beautiful animals. And, of course, we were all very caught up with the giraffe, April, that was a really exciting long watch. But that baby is just, I mean, Taj, he's just gorgeous. And he's got like such a cute face. And I don't know if you're aware, but on Tuesdays from 4 to 8, they don't want to lose their audience. And I love it because, I like watching them. They're back on the live cam, and we're going to get to see this little one grow and grow and grow. And that's going to be exciting. And the way he interacts with Oliver and with the crowds, I guess from Facebook, I'm on a link that they send me these videos of him. And if you haven't seen it, it is quite nice. It was something that we did from all over the world. Everybody was involved, watching, waiting, and waiting. And it was just so excited. And then he's here, and he's just the cutest thing. And it's something good to focus on. With all that goes on in the world, it's a happy thing. And we need many, many happy things. I'll be right back.
Okay, time to call off the dogs. We'll be back with more biting topics right after we kibble a little with our sponsors.
Molly, here's your dinner. Zeus, that's not your food.
Don't let that happen to your precious cat. Elevate your cat's eating experience with the Cat Tree Tray. The Cat Tree Tray keeps your cat's food off the floor and conveniently located on the cat tree. It's the perfect way to eat. It's a beautiful wrought iron tray that easily attaches to your cat tree and keeps dogs and other critters out of your cat's dish. A must for multi-pet households. There's a 6-inch tray for large bowls and a 4-inch tray for smaller bowls. Purchase your Cat Tree Tray today. Go right now to cattreetray.com. That's cattreetray.com. CATTREETRAY.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
So I'm back, and once again, I just want to, in summary, talk about the comfort that animals give us, which is in the days that I've spent home recuperating. I have to tell you, having, my cats has really been a comfort. Not that they were designed to be comfort animals. Thank God I don't really suffer from anxiety or anything where I'm going to need that. But the mere presence they say, when you pet a cat, your blood pressure, goes down. I mean, my blood pressure being wheeled into the operating room was like 105/72. I don't have high blood pressure. And there's really no real reason why this happened to me. Unlucky, I guess. I don't have any of the symptoms, like high blood pressure. I don't take medication, and I don't have diabetes. Whatever. I don't know why it happened, but, and I'm an avid reader. So now with the second eye having surgery, it's really hard to read, even with a magnifying glass. On the phone I can, so I'm using audiobooks. But staying home and relaxing or just recuperating and getting over the stress of the surgery, which is exhausting, my cats really helped me. I mean, number one, it gets you up in the morning, you got to feed them, you got to take care of them. Focus. It's something to do. You just can't wallow in your own stuff. So, and that's caring. And that brings me comfort that I could do that. Although I can't lift anything heavy and I can't really bend down below my knees. So getting small bags of kitty litter has become the norm. And that's okay. It's a lot easier to handle. But our animals really, when you really sit back and think about it, whether they make you laugh or having a nice big dog that would give you a hug, they do bring us comfort. And just think what we give them. We all see these animals who are adopted and they go crazy once they're taken out of the shelter. And then they just can't wait. You never know where they come from, and you never know what baggage these animals have. But many of them are owner surrender. So they know a home. They know a couch. They know, food, a bowl. But when you think about it, how they must feel, the comfort that we give them, and the trust. It's a good relationship. I mean, a lot of people have, I have friends that have horses and sheep and goats, and they feel the same way about their horses. I mean, horses are very sensitive animals, It's really comes from the heart on how we treat our animals and how they respond to us. And it's just not getting an animal that's going to be a comfort animal and you're going to take them on the plane and blah, 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 blah. But it's the everyday love and trust and devotion that they give to us and we give to them that makes it just a beautiful relationship. I mean, I have never lived without pets. I've always had dogs. I grew up with dogs. And now I'm at cats. I would love to have another dog. And I have some favorites. But, I'm not ready for it yet. And I always liked large dogs. But I think a large medium dog would be. As you get older and you shrink, you don't want anything really bigger than you that you can't handle. But, I have friends that have dogs, and I just love it when I go to their house and I could be around them. I mean, dogs are different than cats. Although my Daniel, which is a Maine Coon, he's very dog-like. He sits, both of my cats sit when I tell them to sit. I guess I didn't know any better, and when I would just say sit, and they started to sit. I don't know how that happened, but I'm glad, and that's it. I just want to tell you again how happy I am to be back. It's been way too long, and I'm going to be back to my regular schedule every other week. We'll find things to talk about. You could always email me and let me know if there's a topic that you want to talk about, and we'll get back on track. But I appreciate you listening, and I'll see you again. And remember to live life unleashed.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.